Hello, YouTube. This is another FreddyBGOLDWINGing ride. It's a Saturday morning.
And bam, there goes my audio that I had during my ride. I had trouble with this thing. I thought my GoPro, I didn't realize the thing had stopped recording. I mainly want to do this recording to introduce you to my rear view cam. There's something different for me. Right now, I'm trying to show you the clouds behind me, and there's a few in front of me I tried to show, but I lost that camera. Today's subject is going to be about weathering the storms. Right now, as I ride, there's a group of storm clouds rolling in. I want to get the ride in before the storm came in, but that was going to be my subject because in life, we have to prepare to weather the storms. Now, if you ride a Gold Wing or any kind of other motorcycle, it's important that you carry a rain suit with you because you have to be prepared for the storm. I personally don't like riding in the rain, but I have to do it sometime anyway when I run into it. I hope you guys are willing to bear with me as I get used to this motovlog business. I'm enjoying this quite a bit, but sometimes I'm making a lot of mistakes or my equipment's giving me faults when I least expect it. But again, we're about to weather the storm, and the weather right now is nice. Sometimes we get the weather forecast and it's tell you storms are coming. It's not always so obvious in life. Storms sometimes creep up on you and hit you when you least expect it. But you have to develop enough resiliency to be able to deal with the storm when they do come. That could be mentally, spiritually, morally. You have whatever it takes. You have to prepare yourself for these storms. Life is good, but when the storms come, you must be prepared to handle them. One good thing I discovered by having this review cam is that there's a lot of things that you see after you review the video that you don't normally get to pay attention to when you're riding. To my amazement, I found some action of things that happened uh, through my ride. I'll show you in a minute what happened, but I was just surprised to see things going on in the background that if you're a careful driver, you don't have time to see behind you as you drive along. So again, same thing in life. A lot of things happen around you you may not be aware of, but you have to know that whatever it takes, you'll do to keep your life going in a positive direction, whether it comes ahead of you or whatever comes behind you. One of the things I discovered about this rearview camera, it involves this truck that you see pulling into the roadway right behind me now. You'll see the truck come up behind me with this left blinker on. I'm in the straight line, that line that's going forward. He's in the right turning lane, but apparently he wants to get in behind the car that's behind me. Watch what he does when we get to the intersection. That's him there with his blinker on, and he's blocking that lane of traffic that wants to go by. Traffic begins to move. I go through the intersection. He finally gets behind the car that's behind me and immediately gets in the left turning lane. Then he cuts off a car that's coming across the intersection as we speak. That's the kind of things that happen in the background that we normally don't get to see. But it's interesting to discover this kind of stuff now. The storms in life are simply the problems that we have to deal with in life. Some of them are major, some are minor. And just on this ride, I was riding on the two-lane highway, and as you can see, we just got into where it opened up to be a passing lane. We went to the intersection, and there was a work truck in the left-hand lane, which I was going to work to get around him, and there was a car in front of me. But this guy, when we all left from the light, intentionally held both lanes of traffic up to the very last minute when the lanes were merging, and I couldn't get around him. Now, if I was a wild driver, I could have went around to the right, but my front camera was working, You can see what the guy did just to keep me from being able to go around the traffic. So I was patient enough where I had to drop back so did the other cars behind me. And you'll see the lanes narrowing back to a single lane. But again, this guy worked it to where he saw me behind him and he made sure I did not get past him. So the point is, people will cause problems for you just because you ride a motorcycle and they don't want to see you doing things that they can't do. So here's a classic example of people who's trying to irritate the motorcycle rider. But don't let them get to you, because later on in this ride, I finally found a broken line on my side where I can get around him and the rest of this group. Don't let your problems get you down, and know that certain points of your life you'll be able to get yourself through these storms. Now, get ready to watch the gold wing fly. I found an open spot, and I'm around that truck that blocked my way. I got through all of them. So my problems are now in my past. You should do the same thing with the storms you have to deal with. Don't expect to run from them all the time, but be prepared to go through them. Y'all stay safe out there.